I'll just show you. Like my wife says, it's cordoned off, which they might have private tours, because I know some of them do. That is beautiful. Look at that. Nice find, babe. Look at that. Careful with my feet, but this is where the stick does help me. Oi. I was about to say it doesn't help at all, because I nearly fell back down again. But it is a nice little thing I found there, and I think there's a few of them along here. Now, is this part of the magnesium limestone in the area, or is this still sandstone? I've got a funny feeling this is magnesium limestone, because it is well known in this area. It is popular along here, and the buildings, the mills, etc. were dug up from these. There's another one up there. There's quite a few of them scattered around here. These little, it's like little gaps between the stone. Yeah, I've just seen like a little one over there, but I couldn't get to it. Yeah, yeah. This is called magnesium limestone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so that means they might have like... That's a little bit similar to 𝐊𝐿𝐾𝐒. I'll just show you. Like my wife says, it's cordoned off, which they might have private tours, because I know some of them do. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at the redness of the stone, the iron coming through. That is pretty, isn't it? Wow. That is nice. Nice find, babe. Look at that. That was amazing there. Quite similar to what you see in 𝐊𝐿𝐾. I know it's the same again, similar to what I've just seen up there. But we'll have to go to 𝐊𝐿 again, where I've been, because there's lots of that there. Look at that. Wow. That is amazing, isn't it? Really is. That is pretty, and that red one hidden behind there as well. But I know why it's called the archaeological way, because it's to do with stuff like this, the stone in the area. And there's another little shaft thing going in there. Could be a mine down there. If you're thin enough, you probably fit in down there. Fortunately. I'm not that thin anymore. I can see why this is called as well the archaeological way, because we're getting very close now to the original site of where there was a Roman villa. Not only that, near the Roman villa, they also found this sepulchre, I think it's called, where they had like where basically the Romans, where they did their burials, etc. That was very near here as well. Here, up the side here. Look at that. Look at that. More limestone. And this bridge crossing here doesn't look like it was a railway bridge, as far as I know. It's not got the purple brickwork. Or is it not purple because it was dug out of limestone in the area? If I do find an overlay map of this area and there was a railway line there, I will add it in, but I don't think there was. I'd have a hazardous guess that that bridge linked with the mills, because the water mills were right here behind me, which I'll show you now. I mean, you can't see them, but they are down there in that valley behind. So I'd have a guess that that bridge that we just seen there probably linked on to the mills further down the valley. That would make a lot of sense, because across there, down there is where the mills are. This area where we're going today is extremely old, and the land to my right hand side is the site of where the Villa Romana was. The Villa Romana, which is basically across this field over there somewhere, is the actual site of where there was a Roman villa. And at the end of here, there is an open quarry, and is the railway line that connected with Shirebrook Colliery, which is further up, as you know. And if you go in the opposite direction, you'd end up at Sherwood Colliery, which is what you can see in the horizon up there. Sherwood Colliery site, and it's now called Oxclose Wood. So as you know, all the mines were connected obviously with railway lines, branches, etc. So can you see there's a bit of green sticking out in this brown field? I say brown field, it's mud, but can you see that there? Just that there, guys. That is the exact site of the Roman house that they found. Right here. Look at that. That is impressive. Just over there, guys. Wow. So we're coming now to the end of the Midland Railway track bed. There's no more you can walk on. I suppose you can go through the trees and stuff, but there's no more path like this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go left, and we're going to go past the animal sanctuary, which was the former, there was a former factory there, and the sidings of the railway lines. So as I said, this is the end point of our railway journey here, because this is where the railway line would have gone off in that direction, across the road, across the trees, all the way down to the active Midland Railway line. And we're not going through there, as you can see. We are going into the old village itself. Just up here, I'm struggling to get up here, just up here, so you can see for yourselves, this area here, oh, you can actually walk through it, was where the sidings were. The sidings to the Midland Railway. They were all around here, guys. And now, and there was also factories here. And they obviously belong to the sidings that were just around here, guys. And now we have the animal sanctuary here. but we're going to go in further down. So that is now the Mansfield Wildlife Rescue Centre. And that, as I say, was originally to do with old railway lines, so the Midland Railway line, and the sidings were here as well. We're on really old land around here. I can see the tower. Can you see that tower there? That was part of the old Midland Railway right there. A factory. So here we are in the old village of Pleasley, and it says it there, Pleasley Vale Village, 1854. Yeah. Wow, that is old. Here's a little church, St. Chad's. I'm not too sure if it's even in operation anymore, which is sad to see. But it is a lovely little church. Unless it's only open for the congregation. It could be actually open, because up there says private road, which I believe is the vicarage. But it's a lovely little church here in the village itself. It's very nice around here. There's the River Meden. There's a public footpath I can see there. It says it right there. I can't see the bridge. I'm going to have to go through here to show you where the bridge is. Ah, I can see the bridge from here, look. It's nice little. There's the old bridge just behind here. Can you see that? Little stone bridge. Beautiful. And that is the River Meden. I'm just going to go to the side of the bank there and then come back again. And we've got also the lodge. We've got these big ridges again, these big drops here on either side, which you can probably see. Quite steep around here. And then we've got this beauty here. Look at that. With the River Meden flowing through. You can't get through there because that's the private lodge there. You can get through down that way, as you can see. Look, babe, you can walk down there and go in that direction, but that's towards Shirebrook. And this way goes into the woods and then back towards the mills.
They said they're meeting somebody, but I don't know who.
Miller houses over there again. This is a nice little cut through here. Look down a bit. Yeah, they're the houses again up there. I don't know. So there is a little gate then through here. We weren't sure. Yeah. There is? Yeah. What does that say? Right. Horses what?
Horses in field. Please keep dogs on the leash.
Ah! Oh. I just hit my foot on that. What's that?
Don't know.
I just whacked my foot off it. Oh.
So it looks like we've got to go.
Oh, there's the memorial. I can see the memorial. Can you see further down? Yeah. That's to do with the World War II. Yeah, we're going the right way then. That's cool.
You're right.
See, that's into the woods. Yeah, that's the way through, and at the end of here there's a car park.
Again, sorry.
Beautiful circular work. I really would recommend the way we came today. And I'm not making it official or anything, but these are called Lost Pilgrim Walks, because these are walks that I've been on, and I'm sure in the future people will come on the same routes. Hello there. Aren't you beautiful, eh? We've got an animal coming. An animal, I said. I didn't mean that. I meant a lorry. Here is the memorial, guys. Quite a famous memorial in the area. I completely missed it last time I was down here. And behind us here again is more of the houses where the mill workers lived. We're going to carry on down here and we're going to come out where the mills were. Epic little journey. See, 1939 to 1945, so that's definitely Second World War memorial here. And as I say, I believe some of them were Polish here. Maybe not all of them, but some of them were. And there again is the old millers' houses, or where they lived, the workers of the mills. Not too sure about the other one. Did they live there as well, or just in this one? Either way, it's very pretty. And that is up there, Pleasley Woods, where I told you can walk through there, and at the other side of it there is a car park. And in that direction as well, you're heading towards Shirebrook, the old colliery site there, which is another big massive park, country park, where we'll come someday. There's an old post just here as well. There's an outdoor activity centre down there. Looks very similar to the mills that we saw in Cromford. There's a lot of walkers in the area. It is a well-known area to do hiking. And where we were earlier when we were walking along the old railway line was all the way across there, guys. And that's why I've done the loop back this way. What does it say there? Mill 3. So this was Mill 3. Was in fact the second to be built on site, and subsequently became known as Lower Mill. It is the largest of the mills on site. Yeah, well, it is big, isn't it? It says there was a fire here at Mill 3. Then it says something here actually quite interesting. It says, while the mills were central to work at the site, Mill 3 is anything but the end of Pleasley Vale. There's plenty of history to be found here. Beyond this, you can find St Chad's, where we were earlier, which was built in 1876 by Cox and Sons of London in order for 𝐄𝐍𝐿𝐼𝐒 to attend the increasing population of mill workers in the area. The chapel, by the way, that St Chad's where we were, cost £1,000 to build and could house up to 120 visitors. You wouldn't think that. It's quite small, isn't it? And there it goes on to tell you a bit more information about stuff, the history of the mills, and then the archaeology at Pleasley Vale Mills. And this is all part of Bolsover district. There's an old door there, just there, the green door. Here we have examples of magnesium limestone, beautiful. And here we have the mill 3. You can actually see in there factory. I don't know if you can see that, but they're still working in there. Can you see that? That is cool. You've spotted that through there. Caution, falling debris. Here's one of the ponds. Mill 3 says it there correctly. AGG, so yeah, there is something that's still going on. Beautiful, beautiful down here, really is. With the ponds, obviously, for the mills, because these were cotton water mills. So yeah, look how big they are. They're absolutely huge. And these rocks here as well, really big on either side. Right, we're going to find mill number 2 and number 1, which were further down. Absolutely beautiful around here. I've had to put my sunglasses on because I'm getting blinded by the light, as the U2 song goes. We're just going to go past where the manager's office was. It was originally used by the Hollins, and it was, well, it is still a little turret house. And the owner of the mill lived here, right next to his amazing mills. So right here in this house here. Ah, there it is. Mill number 2. This is where we were last time. Mill number 2 is here. That would make sense. There was a way in there, if I remember, along here somewhere at the back. If you remember that, we came through. There was like a thing now. Now it's being used. But when we came, it wasn't. And we did get through. We got through there at the back, and you could see all the side of the old cliff and everything. And you could see where the old rail lines came in. What's that? More information. Oh, this is information on this mill, number 2. And it says there, Mill 2 was the last major building constructed at Pleasley Vale Mills, being added in 1913 and completing the site as we know it. Placed between Upper Mill and Lower Mill, it offered additional space for important production during World War I. And there's information about production at the mill. Did you take a photo of these? Who's these guys? The Luddites were named after Ned Luddites, an apprentice who supposedly smashed his boss's frame with a hammer in act of self-defense. Yeah. Little known fact, what do we have here? Pleasley Vale Mills was home to a remarkable legal case in 1838, Hollins versus Walker. Yeah. Hollins, they lived in that house down there where the manager lived. Mill owner William Hollins initially won the case. There's a bit of information there about that. So this is Mill 2. Fine buildings. That's Mill 1. So yeah, there's a catering thing there called Mill Catering. Just got myself a bacon butter. Yeah. Is this about number 1?
Yeah.
There's a show you here an old map of the area. Pleasley Forge. The forge has been dated back to the 17th century and was owned by John Jennings, an iron master based in the West Midlands. The site was one of 4 based in the area, including others at Kirkby in Ashfield, Wingerworth and New Mills. Yeah, I've heard about that. Kirkby in Ashfield had a forge. I'll have to look into that. And here's all about the cotton industry. Right here. A bit similar to when we were in Cromford. And I can see the old chimney there, but it's now an area of works, so you can't go through there. And yeah, they're pulling down everything. Beautiful around here, isn't it? It really is. And this is pretty much the end of our video today. Pretty much the end. And like I said, I have been here in the past. I really have. It's stunning. Stunning area, really is. Mill number 1. And that's all we've got time for today. Been a lovely little walk again. That house is very pretty up there as well. Can you see that house? Beautiful.